So this is going to be for Cancer for the week of May 28th to June 3rd. Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We'll go ahead and have a look at the messages that come out. And we do have Memorial Day coming up if you are in the US. So, knowing Cancers, I would say, if you're a Cancer and you like to be inside all days, try to see if you can get out, maybe go down to the lake or, just take a day out and see if you can get some fresh air for that day. So let's go ahead and see if we can see the messages that come up. May 28th to June 3rd, we'll see what messages come up for our Cancer. And right away, as I was saying at the beginning, Cancer, try to get out of the house and maybe go down to the lake or something. That's our first card there. The Six of Swords is kind of like sometimes relocation, but sometimes just getting away for the day, especially indicative of travel by water. So it might be a day to go down to the lake if you're in a place that there you have access to a lake. So let's go ahead and have a look at what messages come through. So I do want to say that it seems like there's maybe somebody that you fancied. We have our Queen of Cups here, and she is the Cancer. So, she is definitely a very compassionate and friendly, a woman that opens her home to, pretty much anyone, including a lot of stray animals. Cancers, they do have a big heart. And in fact, our swords are showing that sometimes that heart is easily broken. But I do see that maybe there's somebody, kind of fiery type, and maybe actually this person that you had your eye on is, they're kind of on the way out the door. I feel like there's been kind of a heartbreaking or a heart broken in this situation. Because they're up and they've left or they're thinking of leaving, but I feel like they're really wanting to be on their way out the door. And I feel like there's going to be some kind of emotional, pain from this. I feel like you kind of had your eye on this person and, they were kind of, a fiery type person. Traditionally, we can say Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, but not necessarily because we do have to take into consideration there's the sun signs, the moon signs, the rising signs, but then it depends really, where your planets are in your chart. So I do want to say, that I feel like you've kind of been having your eye on this fiery type person, this person that likes to get up, they like to go, they like to be on the run, they have a lot of life, a lot of vitality, and I feel like it could be a younger person. You kind of had your eye on a younger person, but they're on their way out the door. I feel like for whatever reason, it may not work out, and I feel like you may be a little heartbroken over this situation. I feel like where your energy is going, and this isn't the only person that could create your happiness. I feel like in general, Cancer, like you're pretty well off where you're at right now. And I feel like this whole heartbreaking situation, this is a theme, a regular pattern actually that you could be continuing to repeat over and over. Anytime I see the devil card, this is restrictions, this is bondage. And, there's positive things to restrictions. For example, when we're, if we're having to be restricted, for example, if there's a flood that comes through your area and you have to be restricted to the emergency zone, this is actually a positive thing because it could save your life. But I feel in this situation, Cancer, you have this bondage or you have this restriction, and I say this because this is a major card, so this is a major theme that's coming up, the theme of heartbreak. I feel like maybe you had your eyes on this guy or this lady, and they were all huff and puff almost, and I feel like there wasn't anything substantial to this person anyways. They may have had a lot of money issues, I really want to say money issues. So, I mean, in the long run, I feel like you're pretty well off where you're at right now, Cancer. You're in a good situation right now, and I feel like maybe this person could have came in, they could have like kind of wooed you, and they're on their way out for a good reason. It'll be, a good thing in the long run, because I feel like, this person they're not going to create your happiness. This is something that you need to create on your own. And I feel like, maybe sometimes you feel lonely in your situation, but you can't really take the first fish that comes up, for example. You can't take the first fish in the sea. There are others out there. And I feel like, you know, even if this person left, even though they made a clean break, so to speak, there may be some pain there. You're kind of like looking at this situation, like thinking what else could have been. And, the pain that you're feeling, this is kind of like, maybe you just met this person and you've already created like an entire story, Cancer, of how the life could have been with this person. But I feel like this is kind of like your own doing, like you're kind of creating your own situation by doing this. So I feel like even though this person left, in the long run, it's going to, you know, bring more happiness for you, Cancer. So this is going to be the message that I see for the week of May 28th to June 3rd. So let me know if you have any questions or comments, and have a good week.